Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, it was a long trip up to Sunderland, especially after being in Brussels during the week, and it turned out to be well worth it. A great victory by Arsenal, winning it 2-0, and a much needed win to get us back on track, especially when you considered what has happened this weekend. Chelsea have drew, Man United drew, of course, drawing with Chelsea. Manchester City lost, Tottenham lost, Liverpool drew. So it was a real opportunity for Arsenal to get some points on the board, which they have done. And listen, it's never easy to go away to Sunderland. It's a very difficult place to go to. Man United have already been there this season and could only get a draw. And even though they lost 8-0 last week, and obviously their confidence would be a bit down, I thought that Arsenal put in a good performance yesterday. It wasn't fluent stuff. It was a bit scrappy, but it's 3 points. And what I liked about the Arsenal performance yesterday is the closing down. There was a lot of closing down by Arsenal players, and if you check out both goals, they were both came from us closing the ball down. The Alexis Sanchez one, the first one, and also the second one on Manoni, came from pressure on the ball, and I want to see a lot more of that from Arsenal in the coming games. But I thought they did that very well yesterday. We also spurned a lot of chances. Santi Cazorla guilty of missing a couple of gilt-edged chances where it could have been a much easier ride in the game. But all in all, it was about 2 points. I know there were some fans that I interviewed and they were like, yeah, but it's only Sunderland. Listen, it's always difficult to go to these places when you've just had a game during the week in the Champions League or in Europe. And as I said, look at those results over the weekend. Look at Manchester City. They were away in CSKA in Moscow, got beat. Chelsea were in Europe, only could get a draw. Tottenham were in Europe, they lost. So listen, it's never easy returning back from Europe and then taking on a team that is fresh. They've had all week to train, all week to go into the game. So for that, very well done to Arsenal. And we've got Burnley next week, and this could be just the sort of thing that's going to help to turn around the season. Up to 5th now in the Premier League. I know we're still quite a way behind Chelsea, but it's points on the board and looks a lot rosier than last week. Let's get into your comments and see what you guys had to say about it. Of course, as I said, it was a morale boosting win. James says good performance, big players pounce on big mistakes, and no doubt about that yesterday. I mean, what was Wes Brown doing and what was Manoni doing? But listen, as I said, it was the pressing game of Arsenal, in particular Alexis Sanchez, whose work rate is absolutely unbelievable, that just didn't give him any time, and they forced the mistakes. That's how you have to look on it. You can't just look on it and say, oh, it was just sloppy, terrible play, which it was, but the mistakes were forced on them by excellent pressing by Alexis Sanchez. Joseph says, Arsenal, he said it was important that we got the result. A better performance should come when the injured players return, and he said he hoped Gibbs is okay. Again, Kieran Gibbs, I love him, but he's always getting injured. I just hope it's not a serious injury, because he was having a good game. Of course, he scored that vital goal during the week as well against Anderlecht, and just hoping that that's not going to be anything long term. Joshua Gorton says, scrappy performance, but vital 3 points. We looked more solid defensively, which I agree with. I thought defensively we played pretty well yesterday. Good defensive performance. He says, winnable games coming up. We need to build up some momentum, and it would be great if Arsenal could put like 2, 3, 4 winning games together. All of a sudden, the season would take on a different complexion. Shannon Hollis says, I don't get all the negativity, she says. Win together, lose together, a positive result, and this will be the kick on from this, she says. Hopefully she's right. Aussie Guna says Vita should have been the man of the match. We played better. We still need to put our chances away. Definitely. It's just like the other night in Brussels. Missed a couple of easy chances as well in that game. We could have been 2-0 up before they scored. We got to start putting these chances away. Bring back Henry. He says, he's a bit more negative. He says, very, very worrying. We won the game, but performances are getting worse. Now, I wouldn't say that performance was performance getting worse. As I said, I saw some pleasing aspects defensively. It was scrappy. It wasn't fluent. Don't get me wrong. We're still not playing to our best, but I thought we fully deserved that win yesterday. And away, as I said, away from home, straight after a Champions League game against a team like Sunderland, I think that's a very good result. A Ramsey 109 said, I said it last week about the 4-1-4-1 being awful. We changed to 4-2-3-1 against Villa, Galatasaray and Sunderland, and we won all three. What does that say? Let's stick with that formation and not the 4-1-4-1. Scarface says, was happy that they handed us the goals, but top teams won't do this. I wish we would have created more of our own. As I said, we did create some of our own. We just didn't put them away. And as I said, listen, they did hand us these chances, but full credit to Alexis Sanchez. He was absolutely clinical when he got them, buried them. CJ says, another bad performance, but we got the win. We need to start improving. We will not get lucky every game. Santi was really bad. Listen, I don't get this. We weren't lucky in that game yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe you watched the highlights. I don't know if you was there, mate. I don't want to judge. But I was there, and definitely, it wasn't a great performance, but we were definitely not lucky. We definitely deserved all 3 points. I spoke to quite a few Sunderland fans after the game, and they were like, listen, you guys, you deserved it easily. Carl Fletcher said, could be a springboard to put a run together with Burnley up next. Surely a home banker. That's what we said against Hull. He said, great results elsewhere too. Definitely results went in our favour. Danilo says, good win, but we didn't play good football. If everyone would fight like Sanchez does, we would be up there with Chelsea. And again, Alexis Sanchez is leading by example. As I said, the way he closes down, his work rate, his effort. This guy has been one of the signings of the season. Dip Patel says, slowly picking up now. Alexis Sanchez was a difference yesterday. Excellent performance by him. Top class player. Not top class, Dip. World class. That's what he is. He's a world class player. Also AFTV Gunner says, letting Jenkinson go to West Ham was the mistake of the season. Jenkinson, West Ham, we're getting slagged off. Song, is that West Ham? We're getting slagged off for that one. Fabregas, listen, we've got good players at the club, right? These players have got to put it in. And as I said yesterday, I thought defensively, and which I can't say that a lot this season, but yesterday I thought defensively, all right, we weren't up against, a Diego Costa or nothing like that. It was Josie Altidore and Connor Wickham and guys like that. But defensively, it was a decent performance. And Fidelis says, it's time for Wenger to be forced out of the club. You know you get one, right? He says he doesn't know what he's doing, clueless, less ambitious. Now, listen, he won yesterday. I know there's a lot of fans. Listen, when I was over in Brussels the other day, spoke to a lot of fans. There are a lot of fans there that are anti-Wenger, that want him gone. We've got to face this. This is facts. There's a lot of fans that want him to stay. My thing is, listen, I think it's too early to say this. It's still early in the season. We're 5th in the league. I know we're not playing well. We are not playing well. I'm not defending Arsene Wenger because in the transfer market, there is no doubt that he messed up. We've gone into this season with only effectively two centre-backs, and we're paying the price for it. We haven't got a holding midfielder of world-class quality, what we should have bought, and that can only be put down to the manager, Arsene Wenger. So you can't defend him on that, but to sack him after 9 games, this is just my personal view, I think that would be ludicrous. Who would you get? Again, as I said, Jurgen Klopp again. Dortmund have lost again this weekend. Listen, and we're not going to be able to get Pep Guardiola. We're not going to be able to get Ancelotti and people like that at the moment. So we're going to have to stick with what we've got. Let's see what happens at the end of the season. That's my opinion, all right? My opinion. But your opinion could be different. If you've got a different opinion, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to read it. I've been arguing with fans, some for, some against. There was a fan yesterday up in Sunderland giving me grief. Robbie, why are you making people come on Arsenal Fan TV and say that Wenger should be out? Then there was another fan the other day in Brussels who was saying to me, Robbie, why are you saying that Wenger shouldn't go and that he should stay? Why are you letting these people come on and defend Wenger? So listen, the whole point of Arsenal Fan TV is that we let fans have their opinion. So if a fan's opinion is he wants Arsene Wenger out, he can have his opinion. If a fan's opinion is that's ridiculous, Wenger should stay, we let him have his opinion. All right? So it's all about your opinions. And as I said, give us your opinions. Leave them in the comments below. Let us know what you thought of the performance yesterday. Let us know if you think this could be a turning point for Arsenal. If we can turn things around. If we can get to, say, January, and then the manager can go out there and buy a backup centre-back and maybe go and get a proper holding midfielder, could we still have a chance of challenging for the title? I mean, I know Chelsea are way ahead. Chelsea are looking good. You know, I saw them against United today and they're looking good, but it's still early in the season. So let us know your opinions if we can still challenge this season. Can we do something this season? I'd be really interested to know what you guys have got to say. Don't forget to check out our match predictor. That's every week you can predict the scores to all of our games, which is on our app. So make sure you get our app and download it if you haven't already got to it. Vote for us in the FBAs. The link is below. And listen, just keep following Arsenal Fan TV. Keep subscribing. We're going to keep it coming thick and fast here. Every game, home and away, giving you all the best of Arsenal.